Welcome to the Disney Hour Express podcast. I'm Abbie.
And I'm Rob. We are two hopelessly romantic Disney enthusiasts,
Sharing fun stories, secret tips, and family travel experiences.
If you are a Disney newbie, or maybe a season pass holder, we hope you find this information helpful.
We turned our love of Disney into a unique boutique travel agency that books Disney and Universal vacations.
We've got a lot of stories, so cozy on up, choose your favorite drink,
Whether that be a cocktail or a hot chocolate,
and enjoy the Disney Hour Express.
Hey, Pioneers! Welcome to episode 109 of the Disney Hour Express. This is where we dive into all things magical about the Disney parks. Today, we are exploring the best quick service restaurants at Walt Disney World, as well as the resorts surrounding Walt Disney World. So whether you're grabbing a quick bite between rides or looking for a delicious meal on the go, Disney, we are going to talk about all of that at Disney. But before I jump into that, I want to say today, the day of recording, which is March 29th, did you know that it's National Mom and Pop Business Owner Day?
I did not know that.
Well, hey, a big high five to you, Pop. Oh, you're the Pop of the Mom and Pop, right?
Yes, Mumsy.
We did it. We owned a business.
We owned it. We got rid of it.
Has it been an amazing experience?
I mean, for me, it's been amazing watching you do all the work.
Usually I'd say, no, baby, that's not true. But in this case, I'm going to say that is true. I do a ton of work for this business, but you do a ton of work for the podcast, I would say.
I do not.
Yes, you do. But in any case, thanks so much for supporting us being a mom and pop business. It is not an easy thing to do, but we love doing it because we love Disney and Universal and all things theme parks.
We love, yes. If we could turn this into a full-time gig, we totally would.
Right? We do it for
day.
Family Travel Planner. Anywho, let's jump back into all the things we want to talk about having to do with quick service dining. Now,
oddly enough, quick service is what they used to be my nickname in high school. What? Doesn't make any sense.
Sounds that, Robert, there's just places that podcasts having to do with family shouldn't go.
I mean, Disney adults, right? Disney adults.
Oh my God. Anywho, I am excited because this year we are taking advantage of the dining plan, right? It's not something we usually do.
Or ever have done before.
Or ever have done. I mean, I did the dining plan probably like way long ago when I was a kid, but not with my kids, just because I felt like they were at ages where they would either eat off of my plate or it just like wasn't appropriate for us to get it at the time. So now we finally landed on that perfect trip where we are going to use this. And so we need to get to know the quick service restaurants a little bit better. And we're not ashamed to say that we are spoiled and have not done a lot of quick service, right? We've done like the Mickey pretzel snacks and things like that on the go, but we haven't really done a lot of research on we've done a lot of research, I should say.
But we haven't done a lot of
eating of the quick service.
Correct.
But we'll tell you what we have and what we haven't and what we're looking forward to, right?
And one of the things is that the quick service is obviously part of, if we're talking dining plans, it's no matter what dining plan you have, there's a quick service and there's a deluxe, right? You're going to be...
There's a quick service and then there's Disney dining plan,
yes.
which is
there's
what
a quick service dining plan, which is exclusively using quick service, but even the actual dining plan still has one of the options.
Right, one quick service.
And it's just one of those things that it comes up, right? It's not everyone wants to take the time to sit down and have a meal or they don't find the restaurants appealing, and they just
Right.
want to. They're there for the rides and the attractions, and they just want to eat on the kind of somewhat on the go, and not deal with waiters and all that stuff.
So listen,
and save a buck.
but this is what we've run into, right? We kind of felt like we need that break and we want to sit down at a table service restaurant. But listen, our last trip, that ate up so much of our time in the parks that it was like painful. Every time we sat down, it was 2 hours.
Yeah, it really seemed like it just, no matter what we did, it was just always a long time. Like it just, everything was longer wait. It was longer wait times, getting your food, getting your check, just everything took a long time.
Right. And it was tough. That I did not enjoy that. So I am looking forward to the quick service, and we're going to, obviously talk to you about all our plans for our upcoming trip, but I'll talk to you about the trips that we're planning for others. And anyways, let's jump in. All right. The biggest park where everybody always seems to start and go is Magic Kingdom. So if we're talking about just quick services, we've got 11 quick services in this park. Really, it's 12, but I don't know why the 12th one isn't listed, and we'll get to that later.
No.
But it's 11.
I like controversy.
I know. I don't really get it, but we'll talk about it. So I'm going to name all of them as we go, but really talk about the ones that we have experienced and that have repeatedly come up as the best. Okay. One of the ones that people seem to love, but I'm going to say we will probably stay away from, is Columbia Harbor House. And Columbia Harbor House is known because it's got seafood. It's got that lobster roll that I think people going to Florida or that aren't a part of this East Coast really want to experience a lobster roll. That is not us. We are not lobster roll people. And so we're going to pass on this one. But the quiet atmosphere of Columbia Harbor House is really, like, people really like it. You can go sit upstairs and you feel like you're at a table service place. It's very quiet. It's very clean. It's lovely. It's got a good view.
Oddly enough, this is one of the places I have eaten at. So
tell us about that.
I ate there.
What did you eat?
Food. I had chicken tenders and fries.
Okay,
Oddly
so
enough.
like everywhere you can get chicken tenders and fries.
Yeah, I just happened to be in the area. I think I just gotten out of, or it was around Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, and it had mobile ordering. So I mobile ordered, and I went and grabbed the most intense part of it was getting I was by myself and putting my stuff down at a table, and then keeping that table, right? Because it's just it was packed at the time. I didn't go upstairs. I didn't even really know. I can't say I remember seeing stairs to go up,
which is what people say. They say most individuals that go in don't realize that there is a quiet upstairs area,
and that this was a big deal. And that I found a table that was near outlets, and and I was charging my stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I was sitting there, and
you had a different priority.
I had stuff sprawled all out, but then somebody also needed to use a restroom, and I was just like, oh
God.
I got my stuff everywhere. I'm like, I'm not giving up this table.
So now that was like part of some of my quick service looking after it and researching is like the reasons also why I don't like quick service as much is because I want the bathroom in the restaurant so that you can wash your hands prior to eating, put your stuff down, feel like you're taking a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And that's not really the case with a lot of quick service restaurants. You're not going to have the bathroom right in the location. It's going to be a short distance away. But so what did you do? You just left your stuff.
You don't want to know. Yeah, you don't want to know. No. I packed everything back up. I just took it. I held it. I waited as long as I could, and then just packed everything back up and left.
What a conversation we were having. All right. Well, things happen, especially when you're traveling solo. It gets rough sometimes. Anyways, moving on. So Pinocchio Village House. Now, I've eaten here a little bit before. It's popular for their flatbreads and for our gluten-free friends. They have a lot of stuff. They have great gluten-free chicken tenders. And there are pretty good seating options. One overlooks It's a Small World because there's like a second level deck, right? So when you're on It's a Small World ride and you're like waving up at the guy in the control room, there's also, I believe, the area over there where there's people seated eating. And like I think there's glass partitions, so it's not like they can really.
All right.
But yeah, so it's unique and interesting. And I wouldn't even know that seating was up there, to be honest, but it's there. They have umbrella tables outside as well. Not a top of my choice at all. But the next one, Pico Spill, is one of my top choices. But listen, I'm going to say that here, I believe we even reported that it was like closing, and I thought this place was closing. I think everybody did because it was closed for quite a while when they were like revamping the area. But they actually just redid the whole menu. So if you're looking for some burrito bowls, and I feel like burrito bowls kind of speak to everybody because you can create your own. You can do the protein, the lettuce, the rice, the whatever. You're giving me kind of like a smug smile, and I'm wondering what's that.
Well,
what
if
that
you
is
look
about.
at where your sentence there, looking for some burrito, there's a little typo.
Looking for some burrito.
It says burrito bowels. Looking for some burrito bowels. So, which obviously is something that you have to worry about when you're eating the ingredients in certain burritos. It might affect
Don't get it
those.
too spicy, friends. You're at Disney World.
Burrito
You need
bowels.
to make yourself.
Yes.
Is this going to be the episode that's all about like what you should and shouldn't eat to enjoy your day at Magic Kingdom?
Well, you know what?
My gosh.
You do have to think about that, like, because you don't really want a heavy meal, especially right in the middle of the day.
That's true.
Maybe at night you could eat a little bit more, but during the middle of the day, you want to keep it somewhat light. You don't want to be like, it's just going to make you tired, and you want something heavy, you know.
Right. You know what? And so let me finish this Pico's Bill, but then I wanted to talk to you a little bit about keeping it light during the middle of the day too. So this Pico's Bill also has dressed nachos with pulled pork or Mexican salads. What I like about it is they have those little mini churros that like they don't look too dried out or anything. They looked really, really good. And we have a churro lover in the family, and I think she would like these mini churros. But they also have like the regular, like that you find everywhere, like the double BBQ bacon burger along with your Pico's Bill. You know, it's like so interesting to me. And in the reviews that we watched, one of the guys actually said, he's like, you know, people come to Disney and they just have hamburgers everywhere. And it's so strange. And I was like, that is kind of strange. But being someone who does thrive on consistency and like having the same things and knowing that you like it, like I kind of get it, but I think I'm a little bit more adventurous, just slightly. Right? I don't think you agree with me.
Yes, you're definitely adventurous.
Am I?
Well, I think you don't like spice, so I think there's some hesitancy to try certain things or anything that's spicy because it could just ruin like everything. So, like, I get that, but it's also like we're with kids, so they're the least. Our kids are not adventurous at all.
Right.
Right. So you just kind of have to deal with that.
I mean, one will eat raw fish. Which we won't eat. But
yes, that is true.
So
but that's why she's going to the Columbia Harbor House alone. And
yes. Anyways, so yes, keeping it. I just wanted to interject again. Keeping it light during the middle of the day. I think that sometimes when we do those sit down meals in the middle of the day, we usually get an adult beverage with it. And I'm going to be the first to say that adult beverages, although they are so good and they make you laugh and giggle, they really slow me down. So I think it makes for like kind of a more of a struggle afternoon for me. So that's probably something I'll change up in my Disney visits going forward. I'll probably wait till the evening to have an adult beverage than during that afternoon. That being said, if you bring me over to that Viking coffee place, I mean, forget about it. I'll have that at 9 a.m. It's so good.
Well, but that's like coffee and
Something yummy.
and alcohol. So you're right.
I guess it evens me out. Anyways, my favorite quick service place, I'm not sure if this is yours or not, but Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. Okay. Was this yours?
Is it my favorite?
Quick service.
I mean, it's a quick service place that serves food that I would eat.
Oh, boy. Okay. Do you have a favorite quick service?
I don't think so.
Huh. Interesting. All right. So this is a huge quick service place. It's got your basic food, tenders, the burgers. But we had a really good experience here. We were vegan at the time. I think it was a vegan or just a vegetarian. It was somewhere in between.
Either way, it was terrible.
You know what? I thought, the food was really good.
No.
But yeah, the experience was not great.
I was saying being vegan and vegetarian was terrible. Yeah. Oh, but anyway, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Going on.
So, and I thought it was really outstanding what they gave us. And there are mixed reviews about it. Sometimes you'll get a dry burger or whatnot. Yeah. But I thought it was wonderful that they even had like vegan options at a quick service place like this. It's huge. It's a great place to get out of the heat or the rain, which I think is what we were experiencing during this time. And that's why we decided
downpour.
to eat. It was, it was like flooding outside. Yeah. It was nuts. But also, it has an interior bathroom, which I think is gigantic. Again, with not having the interior bathroom, like, what are they thinking? Like, you've got to wash your hands before you eat. You've been touching all these things all day long.
Well,
like,
I guess
don't just.
That's right. Yeah, they just have the
hand sanitizer
stations everywhere, which isn't the same as washing.
I just feel like, okay, so yeah. I mean, these are the reasons why I really liked Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. Plus, the mobile ordering was like so easy to do.
I think why people don't like it is because it doesn't have like a signature, like, kind of adventurous. It doesn't have like that meal. Themed. Like if you want something adventurous, right? It just kind of like burgers and hot dogs and chicken tenders. Like it's just kind of that.
But it's got to be like a kid's favorite because it's all the things that they love, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I get it. It's not like Cosmic Rays isn't exactly a Disney theme itself. So it's not like, you go to the Cheshire Cat Cafe or something and you get something.
I mean, just because it's like in Tomorrowland. It's Yeah.
But so Casey's Corner, which is the next one we're going to talk about, is very much loved. It's right across from Cinderella Castle. And Casey's Corner gives you that opening day of Magic Kingdom feeling. It's
because you're going past it.
Well, no, I mean, like it's theming, the way it looks. It brings you kind of to this, I want to say it's like a really 1950s feel.
I feel, you feel like you're in Back to the Future.
No. Casey's Corner?
Yeah, Back to the Future.
Yeah, I guess so, because it reminds you of like the old like soda shop, right? Or like whatever. Yeah. Okay, so you're right. Sorry. Anyways, they've got like the nice like umbrellas that I like the shape of them. They're like old school. And sometimes when you're sitting out there, the piano player will come by and play a tune and sing, or the barbershop quartet. And it's like really nice. I like that. There's not a lot of there is not interior seating for Casey's Corner. And I think that's the downside. And pretty much the only thing they're really known for is their miniature corn dogs. And that is actually the only thing that I've had there, except I had the gluten-free miniature corn dogs as I was visiting with travel specialist Nicole for a couple of times that we went there. But it's a great place for super quick on the go. And you're seeing everything, right? If there happens to be parade going by, or you just want to look at the castle or take a load off and chill and eat with the birds, I mean, it's a good place to be.
I heard they had good vegan options there. A good vegan dog.
Yes. Yeah.
That you can get. We didn't get a chance to, for some, I don't know, we never go there, but maybe we will this time. I don't know.
We don't. I think that the problem here again is because there's
The
no
seating.
indoor seating, that it would just be too hot. I'd rather go to Cosmic Rays where there's a lot of indoor seating and we can cool off for a couple of minutes.
We'll fight that out.
But they do have seasonal hot dogs, which I think is really interesting, like seasonal toppings.
You can get like some garland on your hot dog.
I mean, maybe they put cranberries on it. I don't know, so very interesting. So a couple other ones that we won't go too in depth about, but are notable to like mention.
Especially the ones that are closed.
The Tortuga Tavern,
Such
that
as
has been closed for a really long time.
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow is usually good for breakfast because they have the sweet or the savory waffles. There's been a lot of mix-up lately. They don't like the menu changes that have happened, but it's still...
It was like a regular waffle. Now they're using Mickey waffles. And it's
right.
Like
it was a big circular waffle that you could kind of fold. And now like Mickey waffles, we all know they're not like super foldable. So like when you have, let's say like banana strawberries and like chocolate and you're just like eating it like it's like a piece of toast is different than...
Or the honey maple chicken.
Than folding it. That's right. I don't know how you would do the honey maple chicken. I don't know.
Yeah,
then you've got Golden Oak Outpost. So this one was so interesting. This is near Tiana's Bayou, and they serve their gumbo with sweet potato fries. In my entirety of eating gumbo, it's never ever been with sweet potato fries. So that's really weird to me. But they've got the beignets and all sorts of other things. It's okay. I don't know. Not in love with it. Then we're going to move on. Friar's Nook. It's, again, hot dogs, beignets, tiny menu. The lunching pad, which is so funny because when I was watching one of the reviews, the lady admitted to the same thing I was thinking. She goes, listen, I always thought this was called the launching pad.
Yeah. Until
I wrote it out. And it's actually called the lunching pad.
That makes sense.
Isn't that so funny?
I
mean, so this is right under Astro Orbiters. We usually always end up stopping here because for some reason, whenever we're over here, we like need something to cool down. So we'll get like a slushie or a pretzel or something like that. But we have always found that this is the worst service.
It's
ever.
Just like I don't understand it, and I guess it's like it's not managed by Disney. It's like one of these things where they have a service contract outside of it, and it just always seems like there's like 6 people just like standing around and like one person's doing something,
right?
And you're like,
it was like everybody was like looking at their phones or something.
It's just like, why is it taking so long to get this soda? Like it just
so strange. And so this has officially been popularly rated the most disgusting quick service hot dog venue. So it's just something to think about.
They used to have like a really like a unique slushie.
Yes.
And food, but now it's just like generic.
Yeah,
like
generic.
You can get like
it's not great.
Coca-Cola or Blue. And it's like I don't know. Anyway.
So don't even worry about it.
Moving on.
So this was interesting is that the Main Street Bakery, and like I always knew that it had Starbucks in it, but because the line has always been astronomically long, I just don't go in there. And then I realized that it was just all Starbucks. It's no longer like a Main Street, any sort of bakery. It's just straight up Starbucks. And again, the line is ridiculous. They do mobile orders, right? But then the line to pick up your mobile order is ridiculously long. So it's just kind of like this place that I would not want to start my morning at. I would be really frustrated to do that if I hadn't had my coffee yet and I was depending on that. Oof. There would be not good things going down.
I don't know if this because I never really get any coffee in the parks, especially Starbucks. Do they allow do they have mobile ordering? Like, can you just order on the app? And then just go pick up?
Yeah.
Because why is anybody waiting in line?
But I'm saying the mobile order line is very long. Like you order it and then you're waiting to pick up there.
Oh, well, you get like a notification that says you're ready.
I don't know. I don't know why it's so ridiculous.
We'll have to check it out.
So this one was not included in the quick service. And I'm not sure. I wonder if it's just because they consider it more of like a snack place and I consider it a snack place. But Gaston's Tavern, it is a do not miss on my list of places to go.
We enjoy it.
We really do love it. It's the warm cinnamon rolls and Le Fou's brew. Minimal interior seating. We always end up outside, but the tables have umbrellas to shade from the sun. So,
but they're not all the best. Like a lot of times,
listen,
Dad's putting his back against the sun to block the children.
True. That's true. Or Mom's holding an umbrella. But listen, once you start eating that cinnamon roll, you kind of forget about how uncomfortable you are. It's really good.
The kids always remember, they always want me to order the Le Fou's brew for them. And then they take maybe 5 sips and then they're like, I'm done.
Yeah,
and then it's me just
having 3 Le Fou
I'm just
brews.
I'm shotgunning Le Fou's brews.
I think I smarted up last time and got a coffee maybe instead of a Le Fou's brew. But I
don't know. Yeah. I'm just getting over that now. That decision to do that.
So sorry. But anyways, that kind of sums up Magic Kingdom quick service.
Okay.
Are you laughing because you're like, this is going to be a long episode? And I was like, no, it's not. I'm going to get through the other ones much quicker. Okay. I feel like we had a lot of sidetrack conversations.
Oh, well, that's what we're here all about. They want to hear the stories. If we were just reading things off a webpage, what good would that be?
True, I guess. Are you here for my research? Please let me know in the comments. Anyways, let's get to Animal Kingdom quick service. I'm sorry.
Yes, they're all here. It's the Disney Hour Express where you come for the research.
You come for the research. All right. Or the education on vacation.
I come for I come for the bowels.
Oh God. Okay. Right. Anyways, Animal Kingdom has 8 quick service restaurants, so not a whole lot going on at Animal Kingdom. Listen, the number 1 highest ranked restaurant, quick service restaurant, has been Satuli Canteen. So Satuli Canteen is in Pandora, the world of Avatar, and it offers customizable bowls, right? So again, it's you build your own bowl with the protein options like the grilled chicken or beef paired with grains and fresh veggies. It's healthy and delicious, and they put some sort of amazing sauce on it, and it's really, really good. So I think this might be one of the places I'm going to suggest that we try, because not only do we have a daughter who is so in love with Avatar, but this seems like it might be right up our alley. Maybe. So they also have the bao buns, which are what would you call them? Little
pastry,
but they're doughy pastries, and then they have the cheeseburger inside.
It's like a cheeseburger filling inside of these little buns.
And it's good. They have indoor outdoor seating, and it's indoor, obviously it's got nice cooling and very nicely themed, so I like that.
I'm pretty sure I've gone there and I just ordered a slushy and a Mickey pretzel again. It wasn't
and I think you came right out. I think we ate outside for some reason. Or were you talking about when you were alone? Because I feel like we've done it too. Together. Now, they have really pretty desserts here too. I mean, talk about fancy things you would get at Topolino's terrace looking desserts. So I'm excited for that too. Now they've also got the Yak and Yeti local foods cafe. They have a Yak and Yeti where you can sit and eat. That's table service, but the local foods cafe, it's a little different. It's Americanized Asian cuisine. No indoor seating there. They said this is going to it's like going to a Panda Express, in the mall. It's that type of thing. But again, I get really stopped about the no indoor seating just because of when we go, when it's heat really hot out. It's and it's hot to eat when you're hot. Flame Tree Barbecue. Maybe it's different eating barbecue outside. The seating is lovely. There's a little gazebo you can sit under. They've got the pulled pork, mac and cheese, French fries with pulled pork, just all the things that clog your arteries but taste amazing. They've got a really extensive menu with allergy friendly foods, which I like because you know with all sorts of barbecues you've got to be really aware, especially if you got a gluten allergy. They put all sorts of different spices and barbecue sauces, so you just gotta take a look for that. This might not be a bad one to try, but if not, we could do the Harambe Market. They've got outdoor covered seating. It's African inspired cuisine. The market closes early though. It's kind of like a cool area. It's near the Rafiki Planet Watch train. So you'll see that go by because it's supposed to like be like it's a train station kind of thing. But yes, they close really early. Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Do.
I don't know.
Can't confirm.
Creature Comforts is one, and Pizza Safari. We have a lot of families that go to Pizza Safari
because it's pizza.
It's well known. They got the seating and stuff at Pizza Safari, all the people that have gone. So
and they got pizza.
Again, only 8 quick service.
Well, I mean, it's Animal Kingdom. There's not a lot of anything in Animal Kingdom.
I don't know how I feel about that statement because we just had a whole episode about how much I love Animal Kingdom.
And we had my kind of undecided answer.
But I'm also going to be like honest and say that when our kids think of Animal Kingdom, they think of Rainforest Cafe as far as the food. They don't even think of the other place that we went and did like the dining experience with the
Tusker House
characters. They only think of Rainforest Cafe, and that's not even considered inside Animal Kingdom or an Animal Kingdom restaurant because it is outside of Animal Kingdom. You actually have to physically leave
and
the
then come
park.
back and then go back through the ticket booth.
Yeah,
right?
It's so interesting.
Yeah, it really is. And they were even saying like, why don't they just repurpose it as an Avatar restaurant, right?
Yeah, I thought that was really smart.
Yeah, I was like, you're right. Make it like 1,000 times better.
Right. Well, anyways, on to Hollywood Studios. So sorry, Animal Kingdom. Hollywood Studios has 11 quick service restaurants. And I'm going to be honest that a lot of these maybe I've passed by quickly, but didn't know a ton about. Now, I've had Woody's Lunchbox. It's okay. It's got, I mean, think of like Toy Story. It's like all about kids and all about the things that kids love. So you're going to find like your tater tots, your grilled cheeses, your, they have like, hot dogs and things like that. They have special, something called tachos, which is tater tots topped with beef, chili cheese, and more. They've got like a Monte Cristo sandwich. It's okay. The seating, I mean, everything in Toy Story Land is like very hot and sunny. So the seating, they only had like a little tarp cape kind of thing. And I think we discussed that they're going to put more over there, which they really should. I'm not a huge fan of Woody's Lunchbox. I would totally glaze it over for something else.
You know what? I think it is the reason is because you're sitting outdoors, and do you really want to eat tachos when you're sitting in the heat and it's 90 degrees?
No, I don't.
But again, I heard they have really good breakfast bowls.
Are you just making fun of all my
typos? I think you have autocorrect.
All of them come out as vowels.
I think you
writing.
gotta like recheck your autocorrect or something. I don't know.
No, I mean, because if I were to actually write vowels, that is how you spell it, right? I mean,
yes.
So nothing is incorrectly spelled. Anyways, ongoing Ronto Roasters. What I liked about here is they have the popular Ronto wrap but they have like a breakfast version of it and then like the lunchtime version of it. But they also have like simple things like rising moon over oats in the morning, which I think is something that we look for when we're at Disney, something that's like healthy and light and like,
this is in Galaxy's Edge,
yes.
and it's a themed yes towards that you're like in Batu.
Yes, Now, listen, one that we've gone to and have loved was Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo. The experience inside is really, really great. And what are you saying? You're like, kind of like, I don't know if I've really loved it.
I mean,
Is that what you're saying?
I've been to it when it was just a regular day, like during the day. I went in eating there like a while back, and then but we went there and it was a closed event to us because we were there for our agent trip, and that was like awesome because they had like a buffet style breakfast, and we were going up and they were giving us all these things and all this opportunity. But I also went there when it was opened, and they've since changed the menu because the menu, and I've probably spoken about this before. I'm almost positive I have, is that the menu was like too. They tried to make it seem like you were like, in Star Wars, right? And so the food itself it was like, I had this like chicken block.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were talking
and it was just like they poured like a sauce on it, and then I was like, what am I supposed to do with it?
Like it wasn't appealing to look at.
Yeah, and it was just kind of weird. And so they've since changed the menu to make it look more appealing, edible. or just something familiar.
Yes. Yeah, which we appreciate that. Listen, but it's nice and cool in there, and it's really cool to look around at all the stuff they've got. Yes. It feels
very cool theming.
The theming's great. And it's shady. It's like you can't even really see outside when you're in there. Like, outside is sunny, but it's like the windows are kind of
everything's like covered
or something. Which is kind of neat. They've got the Backlot Express. I've gone there a couple of times. Just typical chicken tenders, Cuban sandwiches. This is where you can get your adorable Wookiee cookie. But other than that, this is really not a notable place to me. But I know it's big. It's got a lot of seating. They got the ABC commissary.
I'd like to say that my new pet name for you is going to be Wookiee Cookie.
Wookiee Cookie. All right. Okay. I'll take it. The ABC commissary, it's gotten like a couple nicer things like the Chicken Club. You've got the Fairfax Fair, all sorts of fantastical hot dogs.
Yeah. Yep.
And now this is where I'm kind of like, I'm not sure what Catalina Eddie's is, but it is a quick service restaurant. But
it was listed as
it's so interesting because I just don't know Catalina Eddie's at all.
Where is it? I don't even know where it is. No? Okay. Moving along.
Sure. We'll have to, we should look into it.
Yeah.
The Dockside Diner, this is the like the boat that's kind of docked permanently that you walk up to. Again, a bunch of hot dogs. Disney loves their hot dogs. It's really not very exciting. They don't have a lot of, they don't have anything extra other than that, other than some shakes.
Yeah, I heard they got shakes.
They do. But it's not super exciting. Okay. And then they got Pizza Rizzo, which is actually closing on June 7th. Well.
Bye, Rizzo.
Yeah. The pizza wasn't good there, though. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Well,
and then
now
you got Rosie's All-American Cafe and then the Trolley Car Cafe.
Gotcha.
So just a couple of things. Again, nothing super notable at those.
Yeah, it was really the only thing that was only continuously coming up on any of the lists was really Docking Bay 7. That was the only thing coming up with any.
Really continuously loves that one.
Yeah, and it just seems like they kind of like the Rhino Wrap, like enough is like a solid option.
Yes.
Which I don't think I've ever actually had. So
I could see how the breakfast Ronto wrap would be like a good source of energy in the morning because it's like a sausage with an egg wrapped around it, right? Instead of like a pita kind of wrap. So, not so bad. Not so bad.
It's Hollywood Studios. Quick service. Okay.
It's all right. It's just all right. Now listen, over at Epcot, there are 13 quick service options. And I just laugh because really you go to Epcot for the
drinking?
No, I just, you think of like food and wine and you go to all the booths, right? So I don't even not a lot of people really I think, rely on these quick service restaurants because it's like a lot of the times it's about the booths or about the festivals, right? Like an Orange Festival, Orange Blossom, or anything that's going on. Like you've got all sorts of different things going around. So one of the ones that are loved is the Connections Eatery. Now there's also Connections Cafe that's not as loved as the Connections Eatery because they've got the global foods and lots of seating over there. Now Sunshine Seasons, that is over in where you'll find Soren. It's the downstairs area. And it's pretty good. Like think about like Garden Grill's food is really, really good. The Sunshine's Eatery, the food's in the same place, being it's gonna all be quite good.
And I heard it was kind of one of those things that was like everyone really loved it, and then like the menu just went to bad places, and then they brought it back. So now
it's coming back.
It's like back on their
interior restrooms. They've got ones upstairs and downstairs, so
boy.
It's always good to know. We hear that the ones near Soren are better to use because nobody goes to use those over there. So just in case you wanted to know. Regal Eagle Smokehouse. This is definitely a loved one, as a smokehouse has all the meats to eat.
Yeah.
The Crepes à Emporter by La Crêperie de Paris is my absolute favorite. Oh my God, so freaking good. Your choice of sweet or savory. And trust me, I always go in and say I want the sweet, but always get the savory. You know why? Because I know my blood sugar levels could not handle the sweet. So I'm always choosing to make sure that I stay alive at Disney and have the savory one. But they are so good, so good. My complaint is, what were they thinking about the seating over here? What were they thinking? There is no seating.
Yeah,
There's like little cute French benches that none of us want to sit next to people on a bench that like we don't know eating our messy crepes. There's not even like tables. What is that?
I don't know. It's not like it's a crepe is a mobile food. It's not. You can't just walk around eating a crepe.
It's not. It's not. Although the one time I went to a creperie in Canada, it was also like a mobile, like you just ordered it in the window and they were like, see ya. So maybe that is how crepes are supposed to be eaten. I don't really know. Anyways, so then you've got the Yorkshire County Fish Shop. I know Rob's falling asleep over there. I'm so sorry. Listen, no, it's pretty good. For a fish and chips restaurant, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not like great.
I've only gotten drinks there. So.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's fine. You know, I didn't have a problem with it. Katsura Grill is another one that has been noted. We've eaten at the La Cantona de San Angel. We liked it. We got some nachos.
We loaded up on food. We
was
had
it nacho and burritos, maybe?
We had like a ton of food and. It was good.
What's awesome about this place is that if you go at the right time and sit under the covering with your quick service, you get a great view of the fireworks.
Sometimes, kind of. You kind of have to duck down, see underneath the awning, the roof.
But I mean, all in all, it was pretty good.
And it serves it's the same food that's being served at the
San Angel, right.
But the La Hacienda San Angel.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
The La Cantona de San Angel. La Halama. I'm probably saying that terribly wrong. Boulangerie Patisserie, which I've heard actually is really good. They've got some really great breads and sandwiches going on. The Lotus Blossom Cafe. It's not a very large menu, but it's good for Chinese food on the run kind of thing. Pizza El Taglio. Of course, it's Pizza Summerfest.
Yes.
And then the refreshment port, which I thought was kind of funny for a quick service. But I guess you can get all sorts of French fries over there, right?
I don't know.
No?
Maybe I'm confusing because I think the refreshment port is just the one that serves the slushies.
The slushies, right? But it was on the quick service menu. Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe they're tricking us.
Maybe.
Listen, so that's kind of my roundup. Sorry for spending so much time at Magic Kingdom, but Magic Kingdom is more controversial when it comes to food because there's a lot of bad food at Magic Kingdom, so you need to be aware. But in any case, that's our little roundup on the parks as far as quick service food goes. we're getting a little bit into the top picks for resort quick service foods next. So I think one of the top ones was Saratoga Springs, the Artist Palette over in the Carriage House. They have I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly. It's like a brick oven fireplace where you like make the pizza.
Yeah, it's a brick oven. Yeah, a pizza brick oven. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what it's called. All right.
Yeah, and that's what they serve. Yeah.
So, and then
it
like,
looks really cool because you could like see
them
see them making it and like throwing it in. It's like this big, powerful oven.
Yes, and I feel like this is kind of like rare for a quick service, right? Like you're not thinking it's going to be fresh, but the dough is fresh. The bread, the sauce they make in house. It's made right there to order, so it looks really fantastic and one of the best quick service pizzas that you can possibly get at Disney World. So that's good to know. And the Polynesian Captain Cooks, it's island themed. You can get pulled pork nachos with house-made chips or even like Thai noodle salads, all sorts of different things. This is a really unique menu, but again, quick service, pretty good pricing, good food.
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom, the Mara, we've been over here. We got a lot of their flatbreads, but they also have bowls. Those that shut up, the bowls that we like with the veggies, the chicken, the shrimp, salad, and rice. They look really good. They have good sauces on them,
and they just have again that like their place didn't really stand out to me when we went. It just seemed more like every other quick service restaurant in a resort that I went to where I could get chicken fingers for the kids.
Yes.
But then they have like some unique desserts and they had like a cupcake at the time. I think it kind of changes.
A really good cupcake. Yep.
I think it changed.
It does.
They change what the desserts are and stuff. But the Mara.
And then the Riviera has the Primo Piatto. It's a really nice quick service restaurant that feels like a table service. You go and you put your order in and you have a buzzer. So it's just a little bit fancier.
And you have like actual silverware and like a cloth napkins
and stuff. So that's really, really nice. These have like really fresh made bread. It looks like some focaccia bread and some other kinds of bread that make the sandwiches look pretty good, pretty fresh and delicious. So that you could get fries and side salads, just something a little bit different than just the norm chicken fingers and fries, right? It's gonna be nice good sandwiches.
So what's the one quick service out of all these that you haven't tried that you want to go to?
I guess I want to try the Saratoga Springs as far as like the resorts go. I do want to try that pizza, but I want to also try inside the parks the South Thule Canteen, I think.
Yes.
What about you?
Yeah, no, I want to try that. I'd like to try the barbecue place, but the rest of you guys aren't huge barbecue fans.
Listen, I will eat the cornbread and the corn and the beans, and you can eat all.
Well, there we go. So I'll be happy actually trying out Satuli Canteen. So that seems like it's going to be definite for us.
I think so too. I think that's going to be really good.
And Cosmic Rays.
I mean, come on!
Gotta love the Rays.
Cosmic Rays.
God, I love the Rays. All right. So then the next thing today, it's Saturday. We just saw
Snow White.
Yeah,
the live action.
We just saw it this afternoon. We're still brimming. We're still, we're collecting gems. We're looking into mirrors. We're being kissed by people while we're dead. I was like, he made out with a corpse.
Listen, I know. I was like, shut it. Okay, so just turn off our wonderful podcast. I know it's going to pain you to do that, but if you have not seen the Snow White and you do not want the spoilers, just turn it on off and we'll catch you next week.
But also, you do know the story of Snow White. So.
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about the differences between the live action and the animation movie.
Okay.
There's only a few here and there.
Was there?
But yeah. But I think that listen, I went into this movie thinking that it was gonna be bland and I wasn't gonna like enjoy it too much.
I mean, like The Little Mermaid.
Yes. But it was because I was advised by travel specialist Nicole that it was a meh movie. She was like,
Okay.
I could take it or leave it. I won't ever watch it again. And I was like, oh, okay. But I actually really liked it. I was pleasantly surprised
Yeah.
the whole way through. There wasn't one part where I was like, except for when the evil queen like broke out into song and then all the people were like dancing on the stairwell and I was like,
yeah,
that's weird. That's strange. That I don't know.
Like I didn't know Gal Gadot to be a singer.
Yeah.
I guess, but
and then she breaks out into like full on Broadway show.
Yeah. No, but I thought she still did a good job.
She did a great job. It had nothing to do with her performance. It was just like a little like, whoa. Okay.
I gotcha.
Now, so let's clear one thing up. There was a big story difference as in the animation. Snow White was named Snow White because her skin was white as snow.
Yes.
In the live action, the reason why she is named Snow White is because she was born during a snowstorm and brought like great joy and happiness, right? And so they like named her Snow White. I loved it. I loved that they explained this right at the beginning and like put an end to the naysaying right away. And I was like, oh, I'm in it now. Okay, great, cool.
Yes.
So right away. Now,
yes, because they had to change it when they decided to cast someone that wasn't fair skinned.
Yes.
So good. They got to it, and then you know what?
And then I didn't even think about it. Again.
You don't really think about it because Rachel Zegler's a very talented human being.
Her singing, I was blown away.
I mean, and she's good for anyone. She's Maria in the remake, Steven Spielberg's remake of West Side Story, which she obviously does a great job in.
She does,
and she's a great singer.
Now, I thought it was so funny because people like were comparing the way she looked to Gal Gadot. I never say her name right.
No, I know.
Like, and Gal is very beautiful, but so is Rachel Zegler. But I think we also need to understand that in the role that Rachel is playing, I mean, the queen chops off her hair and makes her a prisoner and the maid of the castle or whatever, you want to call it. So she's not supposed to be looking absolutely stunning or anything, but obviously when she goes and she's living with the dwarfs and she's loosening up, like her hair changes a little bit and she does regain her gorgeousness a little bit as it goes on, I think.
It's like they tried to, it's like
but
one
she
of those
is
things.
A beautiful woman, so it's just kind of like funny that like, I mean, it's not funny. It's sad that that's where it's all gone down to. Like,
it's one of those things where it's like, where they put like glasses on the girl and she's supposed to be hideous looking until she takes them off and
then all of a sudden,
so
it's like she's all that.
Exactly. It's that sort of thing.
Yeah. So in any case, I just wanted to comment on that.
Their performance, her performance was great. Like she was she really carried that movie.
She did. She did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
So good. Now, let's talk about the dwarves.
Okay, let's talk about them.
So, what is it called? CGI?
Yeah. CGI dwarves. As opposed to, where they've made like other people look like dwarves. They like
in the past
either used forced perspective or like some sort of anamorphic thing to make them people just seem smaller. They're live actors. They just made these CGI.
So listen, it made me think about a couple of things. Like I wasn't expecting CGI. Maybe I just never paid attention to the previews of this movie.
Yeah.
But I was really surprised by it. And then I started thinking like, wow. So Rachel Zegler is just like acting alone for a majority of this movie. Like, cause she's like acting around. I mean, I'm sure they had placeholders and people and whatever, but like that's talent too.
Yeah, no.
So
yeah, sometimes people are acting against a tennis ball, so it's on a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised, and once I got used to it, I was like fine, but I didn't feel like we spent enough time with the dwarfs. I didn't we know all their names by hearts because we've grown up with them and their attitudes and stuff, but I would have loved more.
You wanted to get to know them a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, the only one that we emotionally connected with was Dopey, and that's because it was meant to be that way.
Doc, we like Doc.
And Doc, but
Doc was there. It was really like
other ones we didn't.
It was
really
Dopey, Doc, and Grumpy were like kind of the three highlighted. The others kind of fell into
there's 7 of us.
They were background dwarves. Yeah, the other 4. I thought it was good. The musical numbers were.
Oh, they were great. They were so good. So I found it interesting that Someday My Prince Will Come was not a part of the live action movie, but it makes sense because the story has changed a little bit. Yeah. And I appreciate that as a woman, a progressive woman, right? Mm-hmm. We are not waiting on our prince, but this whole thing is that she doesn't fall in love with one meeting or whatever. It's it's a little bit of a progressive thing, even though it only happens over the span of a few days. It's like at first when they meet, it's just normal meeting, and she's saving him, and then it turns around to him saving her. And then of course the ending of he's kissing a dead corpse, we don't really need to look into that too much, but that is how the story goes.
What a creepo.
And then he saves her life. But it was, I feel like that's such an iconic song, Someday My Prince Will Come, that it is interesting that it was not a part of this movie.
Yeah, again, I think it has to do with the message too, right? Where it's just exactly. So they moved it along and said we get princess problems or something like that, which I think you stepped out during most of that number.
Though I heard some of it actually, and it was cute. It was cute. So overall, what did you think?
It hit all the beats. It had it all. It did a good job. Like I said, Rachel Zegler is very charismatic and engaging, and so that's really the important part. And you kind of you're going into a Disney movie, and it was chock full. There were so many advertisements for Disney and Epic Universe before the Disney Cruise Line, and it was just okay. This is all part of the package, right?
Yeah.
And you just, it's like you're going in there, you're not really expecting anything. It's not like, oh, well, M. Night Shyamalan presents Snow White, and there's going to be a twist ending where, the dwarves were really the bad guys, or, it was just, it was what it hit the beats. It had the, hi-ho. I heard the hi-ho. I was entertained, and I liked that number in the mines, and they explained everything, and people dancing. It's a good time.
I can't wait to see the behind the scenes on this one. Actually, I saw a very little bit today when I was doing some research on it about the new musical pieces that were written. So I definitely want to see more on that. Anyways, Rob is passing out, and it's starting to rain outside, which is lulling him to sleep. So he better get to his news.
Long here, and there is unfortunately some news. We had some announcements all over Disney. There's one of the big ones is that there's a major overhaul coming for Buzz Lightyear's Ranger Spin.
Yes.
Right? And we talked about that there was some permits coming out, and that they changed the ending scene. They updated the video so that it looked better.
Yep.
Well, now they're just redoing everything. The whole gaming is going to get redone, and there's going to be new cars and new blasters and the new Z targets that you're hitting.
Now, how do you feel about that? Are you happy?
Abby's also yawning now. I like to point that out. So it's not just me tired. No, I don't. I liked it. I always thought I was always like, why is this ride still around when there's Toy Story Mania, which is the much better ride and much better game system. And so now it's getting redone. Right? I guess that's where they're going to put it up. It kind of seems like, well, why not just change it into something else? Do we need another Toy Story shooting gallery game?
That's true.
So like
it is interesting to me too. But
yeah, and so anyway, I'm in for it. I'll enjoy it more.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, ready to shoot some Z's. Holding my hand. What else we got? Yeah, so that's it's the current ride is going to close in August of this year.
Yes,
and then they're saying it's going to reopen sometime in 2026.
Oh gosh, what a
Undetermined.
long revamp. Oof.
So again, when you think about Magic Kingdom, another queue that's going to be closed for a long time with Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which again isn't going to be open until sometime in 2026. So this is here. I don't know how long Astro Orbiter is going to be closed for. I haven't really heard anything on that, even though that'd probably be sooner. It'd probably be in 2025. But just kind of because Magic Kingdom's as busy as it is, just another ride goes down. It just creates more people being pushed to other rides.
Ooh.
Pretty soon, Dumbo Circus is going to have a 60-hour, the Dumbo ride is going to have a 60-minute wait time.
Yeah, because that's all that's open. Yikes.
Yeah. So, going over to Hollywood Studios, there's their opening date announced for the new Disney Villains and Little Mermaid shows at Hollywood Studios.
Yay, I can't wait.
She can't wait. She's excited. It's they're going to reopen right I guess that's after Memorial Day, May 27th.
Yes.
Yeah. So May 27th they're opening up. It's the Disney Villains is replacing Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. And it's supposed to be, I think they said it's Cruella. I forget they said it's like you're going to see a lot of Disney villains, but it's going to always focus. It's like Cruella, Maleficent, and Captain Hook. And then the others are all going to be like stuck in the mirror, and like they're supposed to be like in the magic mirror or something. They're coming out, and there's.
Listen, I hope that this isn't lame. Like I feel like there's like this slight possibility that like the whole thing with the magic mirror, it's going to be like too focused on things that aren't actually really there. That it's not going to feel good. So come on, Disney. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
On top of that, we also have The Little Mermaid, which is opening up in the same section of Hollywood Studios. And that's just going to be a musical adventure. It's going to be an adaptation of The Little Mermaid, featuring puppets, digital characters, and more.
Yeah.
Supposedly, it's supposed to have all this breaking technology and. It's supposed to be some really like this. The finale I heard is supposed to be pretty awesome, and the whole thing with it's supposed to be the Ursula, whatever effect they're using for Ursula. It's supposed to be pretty cool,
right? Because I think it's like human and puppetry combined. With that.
So I'm looking forward to it. Cool. That was always something. I mean, Voyage of the Little Mermaid was there. I obviously had zero appeal to me, but now I'm kind of interested.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Disney nerd that has a podcast.
Yes. So. Well, there's that.
And children. Can't forget about them. Now, in sad news, in Epcot, I don't know if you heard about this. This is very, 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 very sad.
It's not about living with the land, is it?
No. It's something more important. It's about Rose and Crown. They're not going to have any draft beer available for about 10 weeks because they're rebuilding the keg system.
Oh, that's like a big deal.
So Rose and Crown is a pub in Britain, in the UK, and Epcot around the World Showcase, where you could just kind of walk in and it has like a bar and you could order all these drinks. I really enjoyed one drink there, which is called the Golden. It was just a mixture of it was harp and Bass Ale. I think they changed it now to something else, but whatever. But it was just like
it was tradition.
It was, and it's nice to get the drafts. But now they're just so they just put like cans out, so you could get cans of the beer, but they're not. It's not a draft, so it's just a little. You feel like you're going to an Irish pub. They're not giving you a can of Guinness.
How long is that going to?
When does it take start?
I've stumped you.
Let's see, several weeks. It's 10 weeks, several weeks. It doesn't say when they were originally going to close it entirely. They were going to close the Rose and Crown, and then they decided, like, well, we'll just keep it open and serve cans. So I think it might be ongoing now, and it's 10 weeks.
Okay.
So there's no canned beer or cider draft. But you'll see that they do have cans, like, on top of where the taps were.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever. Well, 10 weeks. It's not going to affect us, but maybe some of our clients. Anywho, moving on. Over in Disneyland.
Yep.
This is kind of crazy. Fantasmic is finally going back to a full week schedule. Like, so during the months of January, February, and March, Fantasmic just plays on the weekends. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In Disneyland.
Oh, yes. Disneyland. I thought you were trying to say that in Disney World, and that's why I was giving you that face. I was like, that's not true.
I started off saying
yes,
we're hopping all the way over to Disneyland.
I know that to be true. Yes.
Yes. And so now they're going back to a full 7-day schedule.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure why.
It's got
was it city ordinance, or was it just busy?
No, I think it's like more like people, time of year, that kind of thing.
Disneyland is so much different than Disney World because like the majority of Disneyland is.
It's like inside a neighborhood.
Yeah, it's just like inside a neighborhood. So it's just like there's so many season pass holders that just go there continuously.
Yeah.
It's not really like I don't know. It is a destination for people to go to. And obviously I haven't been, so I want to go. The kids want to go to check it all out. And that Adventures ride looks like it could be pretty cool, but nauseating. Yeah. And on top of that, like I watched let me see if do I have the name? Yeah, there's a new Star Wars. It's called Shadow of the Memory, a Skywalker saga. It's a projection show that's done at the Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland during their Seasons of the Force celebration. It lasts from March 28th through May 11th. Why isn't it in Florida? I don't know. But I watched this 11-minute show, and it was, like, amazing. Like, they have this projection on the rocks in Galaxy's Edge, like, overlooking the Millennium Falcon. So, like, you're watching over on top of the Millennium Falcon, this projection show, and it's like really cool, and it has all the like the musical cues that you want, and it was like, you know, the swelling John Williams score, and you're just like, I was getting like all emotional, and it tells the story of like basically the first 6 Star Wars movies, like, but it uses like animated, it's like animation instead of the live action footage of the movies. Really cool. Why isn't that in Galaxy's Edge, Florida?
And they always get the cool sippers over there in Disney.
Yeah, and then they have like the cool, there's like a Death Star popcorn bucket that looks awesome. That looks amazing. Yeah. I want it.
I know.
I want it. Now we'll head back over to lame Orlando. No, I'm just kidding, Disney World. I love you. They're taking down most of the scaffolding for Test Track, so it's getting closer.
Okay.
So a lot of the exterior scaffolding is coming down. I feel
like it's been closed for so long.
Yeah. And, you know, they're saying that they're still, you know, they did a lot to the ride experience. So I'm looking forward to whatever that is. They're going to improve upon it. Right. So that's pretty good. What do we got on Universal? Okay.
Lots of things.
There is a lot. One of them being that the Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey is going to be closing for refurbishments.
Not brilliant.
The attraction will be closed beginning on April 9th, and a reopening date is not listed for the Wizarding World. That, as you may remember, if you listen to this podcast, that was a ride that almost had me green.
Yes.
For many reasons.
Yeah, that was not a good experience.
Yeah, you know, don't get old, people. It affects your equilibrium, I guess. And oof, that one did it for me. But like my niece went on it like I think 11 times in one day. She was just like kept going on and on again. She loves it. On top of that, there's also a projection show on Hogwarts Castle that's also not happening. The nighttime lights at Hogwarts Castle also closed until whatever this refurbishment that they're doing is. Mm-hmm. It also seems like a weird time to have refurbishments now on a ride. Like if it's just like an annual or semi whatever it is, regular refurbishments, like it should have been done in January.
Yeah.
Or February, whatever. So, but the other big news is that the Epic Universe, they have now released the Express Pass for it. They now are allowing ticket packet. You could buy your Express Pass along with your tickets. If anyone remembers, right, Express Pass is something that you buy, and the regular Express Pass just lets you go on any Universal ride that's on this list once, right? You can go on it once per day. The Express Pass Unlimited allows you to go on it as many times as you want, but I didn't see that offered. It looks like it's just the Express Pass. Sorry, I got to take a sip of water.
Go for it.
Keep talking.
I mean, I don't know exactly what you're going to say, but I think I know what you're going to say about the Express Pass. I was a little shocked about what it includes and doesn't include.
Yeah, so for Epic Universe, it starts at $129.99. What it includes is, and this is, you have to buy, it's a 1-park or a 3-park option. If the 2-park, which obviously it also do with pricing and tiers, if 2-park option, it's only available for Universal and Islands of Adventure.
Okay.
You can't do like Universal and Epic Universe.
Gotcha.
Sorry. Anyway, so what it includes on the Express Pass is Constellation Carousel, Curse of the Werewolf, Fire Drill, which that's How to Train Your Dragon, Hiccup's Wing Gliders, How to Train Your Dragon, Le Cirque Arcanus, which is in this is Harry Potter. Then Mario Kart Bowser's Revenge, obviously Nintendo, Monsters Unchained, The Frankenstein Experiment, in the Dark Universe, Stardust Racers, which is in the middle, right? The Stardust Racers in the Celestial Park, the Untrainable Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon, Yoshi's Adventure. So that's included. What's not included on Express Pass are Dragon Racers Rally, which is that's the dual racing roller coaster.
Yeah.
In How to Train Your Dragon, which is supposed to be pretty thrilling. The Minecart Madness in Nintendo World, which is supposed to be a great ride.
Yep.
And then the Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry.
Yep.
So I'm like, no, thank you, Express Pass. I am not purchasing you.
That's a lot to not include.
Yeah, and those are like the big thing. If you're gonna have like the big Harry Potter ride, and I can't like skip the line by buying this expensive pass on top of my already expensive ticket.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Like how? Yeah, like what are you doing? Like it just. Come on, Universal.
Yeah. I mean, so all the time, I feel like they always release kind of like these shockers, like how you couldn't get Epic unless you bought like a full week or something. And then they like made it less than a full week. And then they made it, okay, now you can buy Epic. Like they seem to always like pull back after the initial, which is an interesting way to do it. But I guess they test the waters.
Well, they're going to have some testy people when they're waiting in line for 7 hours to get into the Ministry of Magic.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one of the reasons why, like, I want to go, but I just don't know if it's worth us going this year. You
know what? I think that maybe in the fall we should think about it, but because like the fall time traditionally is just slower in general.
Yeah.
Like in a late September or so. Although, you know, that's when their HHN is really popular. So I don't know. I mean, once that summer rush is over.
Yeah.
Maybe
November.
Yeah. Maybe
in November. Well, last thing that they talked about is Universal. They in the Dark Universe section, they have a makeup experience where you can get made up to look like one of the monsters. And I mean, I don't know. People like
stay open very long.
People like doing it. I don't know.
There's just no way. It's like
so you could get made up to look like Frankenstein or the Bride of Frankenstein or the Wolfman or Dracula. And, you know, it's for those people that want to be immersed into the wherever they are. They want to go full immersion, right? So they want to get this done. And so you can get, there's two packages. You could either one that's just makeup or one that's like makeup and accessories.
There's no way.
But it's not just like our kids like getting their faces painted. You know, they like,
they do
butterflies,
but like
and
butterflies
stuff,
and like lions or something. Not like.
But then on top of it, it's like really hot, and I feel like you're gonna be sweating, and like I'll just be wiping it off like the entire time.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I'm sure they have some type of safeguard against that, but
they're gonna have to offer something other than just that. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's I think they said it was like $125. So
oh no,
I don't know. It seems like something that would be like a special occasion, like if that's really like your big thing, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen, like if Bippity Boppity Boutique is that loved,
yeah,
maybe.
I mean, it's the same reason why I'm never gonna wear a Hogwarts robe walking around Universal Studios. Just it's too hot, and I'm gonna get hot. But now I want to put on a bunch of monster makeup and walk around all day.
Yeah.
But I guess that's an option for people that really they want to do it.
You know,
I'm looking at a woman with a very creepy. I don't even know what she's supposed to be. Anyway,
not me.
You are the opposite of creepy. You are my Wookiee cookie.
Wookiee cookie. Well, I mean, that was just a mouthful of stuff for you. I hope you enjoyed our 109th episode. Join us back next week for something fun. And until then, we hope you have a magical week.
This has been a Family Travel Planner production.